The young reporter stood frozen in the crowded newsroom when she saw the company's powerful board members rise to their feet and applaud the quiet driver who had dropped employees at work every morning. The man she had laughed with over coffee, trusted with her dreams, and secretly fallen in love with calmly accepted the chairman's seat as everyone addressed him as the owner and CEO of the entire media empire. Her heart shattered, not because he was wealthy, but because she believed every moment they had shared had been built on a lie. If you believe kindness should never depend on someone's job title, forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds, hope deserves a second chance, and true character matters more than status, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel so our community can continue sharing stories that inspire hearts around the world. Brielle Dawson had dreamed of becoming an investigative journalist since she was 12 years old. While other children imagined fame or fortune, she imagined uncovering truth, giving forgotten people a voice, and writing stories that could change lives. After graduating from university with excellent grades, reality arrived much faster than opportunity. She accepted a junior reporting position at one of the country's largest media companies, Crestline Media, where she spent more time organizing interviews and proofreading articles than writing them herself. Every morning she reminded herself that even the greatest journalists started somewhere. Life outside work was equally demanding. Brielle supported her widowed grandfather, Arthur, whose eyesight had slowly deteriorated over the years. Medical appointments, household expenses, and long working hours left little room for anything else. Even so, she refused to let hardship steal her optimism. Her grandfather had raised her with one simple lesson: people reveal who they truly are by how they treat those who can offer them nothing in return. Every weekday, employees arrived at Crestline Media on a white company shuttle driven by a cheerful man named Callum Rhodes. He looked to be in his mid-30s, dressed neatly in the driver's uniform, greeting every passenger with genuine warmth. Some employees barely acknowledged him. Others complained about traffic as though it were his fault. Callum simply smiled, wished everyone a good day, and opened the door with quiet patience. Brielle was different. She thanked him every morning. She remembered his birthday after hearing another driver mention it. When she noticed him skipping lunch one afternoon, she quietly shared the homemade sandwiches she had packed. She never imagined those ordinary moments mattered. Callum appreciated them more than she realized. Unknown to everyone except a handful of trusted advisors, Callum Rhodes was not a company driver. He was the founder and CEO of Crestline Media. Years earlier, after inheriting leadership from his father, Callum had become increasingly uncomfortable making decisions based only on executive reports. Employee surveys painted polished pictures, managers filtered difficult truths, and board meetings rarely reflected daily reality. So, several times each year, he stepped away from his executive office, disguised himself as different employees, and quietly observed the culture of his own company. This year, he chose to become a shuttle driver. It allowed him to meet nearly everyone. What he discovered troubled him. Many talented junior employees felt invisible. Several managers dismissed support staff. Creative ideas disappeared beneath office politics. Yet amid all that, Brielle consistently treated everyone with equal respect. Not because she hoped to impress anyone. Because that was simply who she was. One sunny afternoon, after dropping off the final group of employees, Callum noticed Brielle sitting alone outside the building reviewing interview notes. A sudden gust of wind scattered pages across the courtyard. Without hesitation, he helped gather every sheet before they disappeared beneath passing cars. As they organized the papers together, Brielle laughed at the chaos. Callum noticed something unusual. Despite carrying obvious stress, she still found reasons to smile. Over the following weeks their conversations became part of each afternoon. They discussed books, journalism, family, history, and the importance of honest storytelling. Callum never spoke about wealth. Brielle never asked about his salary. She admired his wisdom. He admired her compassion. Their friendship grew naturally beneath bright afternoon skies during shared coffee breaks outside the headquarters. Meanwhile, Brielle struggled professionally. Her editor, Vincent Hale, constantly assigned important stories to senior reporters while leaving Brielle with routine office tasks. She questioned her own ability. Perhaps she simply wasn't talented enough. One afternoon Callum noticed disappointment written across her face. He encouraged her not to measure her worth by recognition alone. The greatest work, he believed, often remained unseen before changing the world. Those words stayed with her. Determined to prove herself, Brielle began researching neglected community issues during her own time. She interviewed volunteers, teachers, nurses, and struggling families. Instead of chasing celebrity headlines, she uncovered powerful stories about ordinary people overcoming extraordinary challenges. Her articles attracted unexpected attention from readers. Letters poured into the newsroom thanking the newspaper for finally covering meaningful issues. Still, Vincent accepted the praise while offering Brielle little credit. Callum observed everything quietly. He noticed who encouraged others. He noticed who claimed achievements that weren't theirs. He noticed who respected receptionists as much as executives. Every observation mattered. One Thursday afternoon, Brielle received heartbreaking news. Her grandfather required urgent eye surgery that exceeded anything she could afford. She quietly calculated overtime hours, considered selling personal belongings, and even thought about leaving journalism for higher-paying work. She told nobody. Except Callum. Not because she expected help. Because he listened without judgment. He reminded her that asking for help never diminished strength. The following morning an anonymous charitable foundation contacted the hospital. Arthur's surgery had been fully funded. The donor wished to remain unknown. Brielle assumed one of her grandfather's old friends had stepped forward. She never suspected Callum. The operation succeeded beautifully. Arthur gradually regained enough vision to read newspapers again. He celebrated by proudly reading every article carrying Brielle's byline. Months passed. Friendship slowly became something deeper. Neither admitted it. Neither wanted to risk losing what they already shared. Then came the annual company leadership conference. Every employee gathered inside the main auditorium. Rumors spread that Crestline Media's mysterious CEO would finally appear in person after months of working privately. Few employees had ever seen him. Excitement filled the building. Brielle searched the audience for Callum. His usual shuttle was parked outside. He seemed unusually absent. Moments later the conference doors opened. The board of directors entered first. Behind them walked Callum. But not in a driver's uniform. He wore a tailored navy suit. The chairman welcomed him warmly before introducing him as the founder, owner, and chief executive officer of Crestline Media. The auditorium erupted into applause. Brielle couldn't breathe. Every memory replayed inside her mind. The coffee. The conversations. The encouragement. The kindness. Had all of it been an act? As Callum stepped onto the stage, his eyes found hers. Instead of satisfaction, she saw regret. He knew this moment would hurt. After the meeting ended, Brielle avoided him. She wasn't angry because he was wealthy. She was heartbroken because she believed he had hidden the truth from someone who trusted him completely. For several days she ignored his requests to meet. Finally, she agreed to speak with him in the company garden during a sunny afternoon. Callum explained everything honestly. He described his undercover visits. The distorted reports reaching executives. His determination to understand employees without the influence of titles. He admitted keeping his identity secret from Brielle became increasingly difficult. Not because he enjoyed deceiving her. Because he feared revealing the truth would immediately change the friendship he valued most. Brielle listened quietly. Then she asked herself one difficult question. Had the kind man she knew actually changed? Or had only her knowledge of his title changed? The answer surprised her. He had been the same person every single day. The driver who encouraged her. The friend who listened. The man who quietly helped her grandfather. His position had never defined his character. His actions had. Forgiveness didn't happen instantly. Trust required time. Callum understood that. He never pressured her. Instead, he focused on changing the company using everything he had learned. He introduced anonymous idea submissions so junior employees received recognition. Promotion systems became transparent. Support staff joined leadership appreciation events. Managers received training emphasizing humility, empathy, and ethical leadership. Vincent's habit of taking credit for others' work came to light during internal reviews. Rather than humiliating him publicly, Callum offered coaching and one final opportunity to rebuild trust through honesty. Vincent accepted responsibility. Months later he became one of the company's strongest advocates for recognizing young journalists. Brielle eventually received responsibility for leading a nationwide investigative project highlighting communities rebuilding after natural disasters. Her series won prestigious journalism awards. Yet what mattered most wasn't the recognition. It was receiving letters from readers whose lives improved because someone finally told their stories. One bright spring afternoon, Arthur visited headquarters for the first time since recovering his eyesight. He watched employees greeting Callum warmly regardless of department. Cleaners, interns, photographers, editors, and executives all smiled naturally when he passed. Arthur quietly understood why his granddaughter had fallen in love. Not with a CEO. With a genuinely good man. During the company's anniversary celebration held in the sunlit courtyard, Callum addressed employees. He admitted that driving the company's shuttle had taught him more about leadership than years spent in executive offices. Success wasn't measured only by audience numbers or advertising revenue. It was measured by whether people felt respected every time they entered the workplace. The audience applauded. Many wiped away tears. Because everyone remembered how the quiet driver had always treated them with dignity before they knew his name carried extraordinary influence. After the ceremony, Brielle walked beside Callum through the garden surrounding the headquarters. She realized their story had never truly been about hidden wealth. It had always been about hidden character. Money could impress strangers. Humility earned trust. Status could command attention. Kindness inspired loyalty. Years later, Crestline Media became recognized not only for award-winning journalism but also as one of the country's most respected employers. New employees often heard the story of the CEO who once drove the company shuttle simply to understand the people he served. Some believed it sounded like a legend. Those who had lived through it smiled knowingly. Because they remembered the truth. Great leaders never stop learning from ordinary people. And extraordinary love often begins where appearances end. Before we finish this emotional journey, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a meaningful comment and tell us, would you have forgiven someone who hid such an important truth if their kindness had always been genuine? Your story or opinion may encourage someone else reading the comments today. As warm afternoon sunlight illuminated the front entrance of Crestline Media, Brielle looked at the company's shuttle welcoming another group of new employees. She smiled, remembering the day she had met the man she believed was only a driver. She understood now that titles fade, wealth changes, and appearances can deceive, but a kind heart remains unmistakable no matter what uniform it wears. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Always remember that the greatest love stories are not built on wealth or status, but on honesty, compassion, and the courage to see the person behind the title.